After the game, their head coach, Sean McDermott, comes out and says, this is our best play that we have. We called our best play in this situation, and it was the QB sneak. And what I am going to tell you guys right now is there's a variety of ways to QB sneak. And I want you to tell me if you see them call the same exact QB sneak twice. Because what I am seeing on the first play, which he says is their best play in their playbook, is they rotate in behind Josh Allen, a fourth string tight end, and he's the only pusher on this play. And they obviously come up short. You have a guy from the Rams who dives over and knocks the pusher off the ball. He's the fourth string tight end. He's the only pusher. And then I'm not going to say anything. You can watch the second play that they run, and you can tell me if that second play is the same sneak as the first play. Let's go ahead and run it all the way again.
Use a timeout, or they're forced to do an onside kick.
They go jumbo here. Will they just sneak Josh Allen again? They will. Allen on the sneak. Allen, I don't think he got it. He did not. And now they're going to have to use a timeout, to your point.
We're going to have an onside kick.
It changes the thought process.
Yeah, we got a 3% chance on an onside kick. To me, take 3 shots throwing it, don't use a timeout, and then you can kick it deep, use your 3 timeouts, and still get the ball a good time.
And try a long field goal.
Try the long field goal.
Well, that changed that.
It changes the entire complexity of the last minute and 2 seconds of the game. Even if they score, what's the big deal? They're going to have to go for a 3% chance for an onside kick. They do not like that one bit. That could have just cost them the game right there.
First things first, they got to try to get in. Down by 9, 1:02 to go.
Look how different this looks. Look how different of a play call that is.
Yes, touchdown Buffalo with 55 seconds left.
Again, this is the way these onside kicks are. There's very low percentage chance of doing it. Not to harp on it, but I thought that quarterback sneak call on first down was absolutely the wrong decision. To just put you in a situation now where they could have kicked it deep, still with a lot of time left remaining, and been a much better chance of field position if they could get a stop. But going for the onside kick, they're tough to get, not to put it past them. Seen a lot of crazy things today that I didn't think I'd see, but
It's been
some tough odds.
Obviously Tom Brady's 100% correct. The Bills lost that game, and you could say they might not have been able to win the game. Fair. They lost the game when they ran the ball on the first down and didn't get into the end zone. And Sean McDermott, like I said, comes out at the end of the game and says that's our highest percentage play. But it's impossible for him to be telling the truth, because why then on the second down play did they not use the same exact quarterback sneak where they had 3 guys standing behind him, starters pushing him into the end zone? You got fullback, you got running back, you got a starting tight end back there pushing. Instead, they rotate their 4th string running back in on that first tight end in that first play. It's not the same play, Sean. It's not the same play. It's a lower percentage play, and yet that's what you called on first down. And you lost the game because you didn't score a touchdown there. That's simple. You might not have been able to win it otherwise. Some things would have to go your way. And as Tom Brady explained it perfectly, if you have those 3 timeouts and you save them for a reason so that you can use them on defense. You don't try to burn those timeouts on offense so that in a late game situation, you can get the ball back, because they have 3 downs and then they have to punt, and you have 3 timeouts. You call one after every down. First down timeout, second down timeout, third down timeout. Hardly any time goes off the clock, you get a chance. That's why you save your timeouts in a close game. To burn one on first down is asinine. Now, that was the Buffalo Bills' 3rd loss of the season. The reason I'm harping on this is because it continues to happen, and it will happen again, in my opinion, in the playoffs. Do you remember what his 2nd loss of the year was? The Buffalo Bills lost immediately prior to this one. It was a couple months ago, so you may not remember it. It was against the Houston Texans. Why don't you pull up the article if you can remember the game against the Houston Texans? Here you could see head-scratching Bills play calling leads to Texans walk-off field goal. Sean McDermott took full responsibility for the disastrous clock management on Sunday that helped hand the Texans a 23-20 win. The Buffalo coach said, "That's on me," several times as he tried to explain what happened that caused the Bills to go to the air 3 straight times with the game tied at 20 and Buffalo at his own 3-yard line with 32 seconds to play. Instead of going to the run game to force the Texans to use their timeouts, Josh Allen unsuccessfully tried to pass the ball 3 straight times, ate only 11 seconds off the clock. We know the rest. The Houston Texans got the ball and kicked a last-second field goal that would not have been possible for them to kick had the Buffalo Bills not passed the ball 3 straight times and forced the Houston Texans to use those timeouts. So once again, that was another loss. I don't have the clip that showed some of the commentary after the first loss of the season, but that was to the Baltimore Ravens. There was a lot of negativity surrounding the outcome of that game. It was not a close game, it was a blowout, but some of the play calling and decision-making early on in that game allowed the Baltimore Ravens to build a massive lead, and Sean McDermott was once again forced to address that after the game. Who can remember the Buffalo Bills losing to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, or maybe it was the divisional round a few years ago, where they weren't aggressive enough? And Sean McDermott came out and said, "Never again. We're going to be more aggressive after this. We know we have to score to compete with Patrick Mahomes." They do not have a good enough handle on situational football. And the Bills are always going to have this as a thorn in their side. If you stack up some of the other coaches, a lot of coaches in the NFL aren't perfect, but there are some staffs that I think do a better job of late game management and situational awareness than do the Buffalo Bills. They haven't fixed it. I worry that it is going to be their downfall.